The title of the study is Asynchronous Telecollaborative Digital Media Projects Promoting English Learners' Macro and Micro Level Oral Proficiency and Intercultural Competence. For this purpose, a cohort of 40 to 60 learners at the ELC will be selected and randomly assigned to two groups. The first group will generate synchronous digital media projects, and the second one will generate asynchronous digital media projects. Similarly, another cohort of 60 to 70 Egyptian EFL learners will be selected and also assigned to two groups, which will also practice generating synchronous and asynchronous digital media projects. The first groups of both the ELC and Egyptian learners will prepare their culturally oriented digital media projects, and then they will synchronously present these projects using any of the synchronous communication applications like Zoom or Microsoft Teams. As such, these two groups of ELC and Egyptian learners, after being paired together, we will practice synchronous telecollaboration. Conversely, the other groups of the ELC and Egyptian learners will prepare their culturally oriented digital media projects, but they will present them asynchronously by uploading them to any of the asynchronous online communication applications like Flip, for example. As such, these two groups of ELC and Egyptian EFL learners will be practicing asynchronous telecollaboration. After selecting the groups and assigning them to groups and then pairing Egyptian and ELC learners together to start practicing synchronous or asynchronous telecollaboration, then and before starting the study and the treatment, the Egyptian EFL learners will be pre-tested with respect to their oral proficiency, and both the ELC and the Egyptian learners will be pre-tested with respect to their intercultural competence. Then the treatment and the procedures of the study will start by assigning some cultural topics or themes for each group. And then students will start practicing and generating their digital media projects, and then either presenting them synchronously or asynchronously using the applications just mentioned. After the treatment procedures, which will be discussed in detail later on, as seen in these two boxes, after the treatment procedures, an oral proficiency post-test will be administered to the Egyptian EFL learners, and the intercultural competence online survey will be administered to both the Egyptian and ELC learners. During the treatment, the first synchronous group will start preparing their synchronous digital media projects in advance, and then they will present these projects synchronously on Zoom. After finishing their presentation, they will start receiving synchronous oral responses and feedback on the content and language of their presentation or project. Of course, this feedback will be given by both the Egyptian EFL learners as well as the ELC learners. As for the second group, which is the asynchronous digital media projects group, after preparing the projects, they will upload their digital media projects to the online application, which is Flip. That's each student will upload his project, and then it will be viewed by his peers and colleagues. After this, they will receive asynchronous oral responses and feedback from both the Egyptian as well as the ELC peers. As such, asynchronous interaction will take place between the Egyptian and ELC learners. In this respect, it should be noted that full online as well as face-to-face tutorial will be provided on how to prepare, film, and edit the culturally oriented digital media project. Also important to note that the topics of the project will be assigned in advance each session to cover a different cultural topic every time. And here is a brief example of the digital media projects to be prepared by students. On one of the cultural topics to be assigned